everybody, my name is Brianna Walker. I'm going to be talking to you guys today about why you should adopt a dog versus buying from a breeder. First of all, I'd like to start off with some statistical facts about animal rescues and pet shelters locally. According to the ASPCA website, each year 65 million animals are surrendered to shelters. Of these animals, 3.5 million are dogs and 3.2 million are cats. Over the past few years, these numbers have declined though to about 400,000 approximately. What is the cause for this? Well, more people are starting to open their homes to adopting pets from shelters, or there's people who open foster homes who are opening their homes for pets to temporarily have a home until somebody who wants them comes along. Or sadly, some shelters are too full. They've reached maximum capacity for what animals they can have, and they've actually begun to euthanize animals just because they can't find homes. So that's also kind of why the numbers have decreased quite a bit. The ASPCA website also states that each year 670,000 dogs are euthanized each year. So just think about that. There's so many dogs in shelters that need homes that they have to put 670,000 dogs a year to sleep across the United States. It's pretty sad. So today, like I said, I'm going to discuss why you should adopt a dog instead of buying from a breeder. So a lot of times you will find websites where you can purchase a dog that doesn't come from a puppy mill, and actually 90% of the time, according to ASPCA.org, these dogs do come from puppy mills. A puppy mill is a manufactured building where dogs of all different breeds are placed, and they're basically forced to breed and have puppies back to back without having a break. Their living conditions are very poor. They suffer from a lot of health problems, and due to that, the puppies are not good quality. So you're actually buying a pet that has a lot of health problems and psychological problems as well. So this is a fun little picture I found. It says, adopt a pet, we're pretty lovable. You see all these cute little dog faces here. Going back to some statistics about pet shelters, each year 1.6 million dogs are adopted from shelters. So this is due to adoption events, people coming in like us saying, hey, we want a family dog. We come in and we find, our next Zoe and Duke that, you have in your house, which are my dog's names. And this number has gone down significantly because a lot of dogs come in as strays. 710,000 stray animals actually turn into shelters, and 90% of those dogs get rehomed to their owners, or their owners never show up due to natural disasters such as hurricanes or tornadoes. But these dogs are able to be reunited with their families because of shelters. So shelters are not only good for stray animals and homeless animals, they're good for people whose pets just kind of got lost and need to find a way back home. According to APPA, which is an animal protective service, in 2015, 44% of family pets owned in the United States were dogs. Out of all those dogs that were owned in the United States, so 100%, 23% of dogs are adopted, while 34% of people are still buying from breeders, knowing that there are horrors of puppy mills and what they're doing. And as I go through my speech, I'll actually be sharing with you guys some pictures of what the adoption centers look like versus the puppy mills. And hopefully maybe that will help you make a better decision as to why you should adopt over buying from a breeder. There are 5 main reasons why the Humane Society of the United States believes that adopting a dog is better than purchasing, and I also agree with these myself. Reason number 1 is you're saving a pet's life. A lot of these pets that come to the shelters have really bad stories, and they deserve to have a second chance to have a better ending to their story in a forever home full of love and compassion. As stated previously, 2.7 million shelter animals are euthanized each year, and the Humane Society says this can significantly go down if more people are willing to open their homes to an adopted dog versus a dog that is purchased from a breeder. The second reason why you should adopt a dog is you will get a great animal. A lot of times these dogs are majority trained, they come spayed or neutered, included in their adoption fee, and a lot of them, they can just appreciate you more. The dogs are more happy, they have a better personality, and this is coming from personal experience. I was a vet tech previously at one point in my life for about 4 years, and I've actually owned dogs that we purchased from a breeder. So personally, I have noticed a difference in my 2 dogs in my home currently versus the 3 I grew up with who we got from breeders. The cost also will be significantly less. A lot of times you can actually still find a purebred breed of dog. For instance, Labrador Retrievers are a very common breed that you'll see a lot in the shelters, or like pit bulls. You can still get a purebred version of this dog in a shelter, because a lot of times people have to give their pets away to shelters due to divorce. Some military families sometimes can't go overseas with their pets if they're being stationed over there, so they go to a shelter. You're getting a great quality dog for, a fraction of the cost. They also usually are generally microchipped too, which usually can run about $150 to $300 depending on your vet clinic. The biggest reason that I believe a dog should be adopted over buying from a breeder is you're putting a stop to puppy mills. As I stated previously, the ASPCA often rescues animals from puppy mills, and you're putting a stop to their business basically. You're stopping them from selling their unfit dogs that have problems to pet stores and selling to you directly online. A lot of the times the people won't even meet with you in person. As I stated, a lot of these dogs are getting euthanized because nobody really is aware of how great of a dog you're still getting, even though you didn't buy it from a breeder and you may not have hand selected it as a puppy from a litter. But you're going to change this animal's life because they're going to they don't know anything else other than that shelter and the abuse they possibly had before, or trauma. Some dogs get abandoned on the side of the road, so that they don't know anything else. So you're giving that dog a second chance at life. So that is some major points that I hope you consider as I show you some of these pictures in the slideshow. I am going to disclose some of these pictures are slightly graphic, so you may find them hard to look at, but if you feel the need to walk away, you're welcome to. So these are actually my 2 dogs, Zoe and Duke. This is Duke right here, it's his brother. This is the picture we actually found on Pet Finder of our dogs that made us want to adopt them. Because you can see they're pretty cute. This is a picture of a woman looking at a dog in the shelter. Take note to the surroundings of this pet. He seems to be in a very clean environment, and he just seems to be really happy. Any type of lesions, any injuries, he seems to be pretty healthy. And this here is an adoption event actually done locally in Nashville by Miranda Lambert. It's called Love Mutts. She does it every year. She hosts a lot of like charity events at her concerts too, but this is like her main foundation. And you can actually meet with her and help promote dog adoption in our local area where we live. And this here is a picture of a dog that was rescued by the ASPCA. That was in a puppy mill. As you can see, the living conditions are not comparable to what they were in the shelter. The dog seems to be living almost in a barn type environment with some chicken wire as a door. It's just very filthy. And this here is the living conditions. These are usually the breeder dogs. They're usually put in pretty small cages so they can fit the most amount of dogs they can in these environments. So as you can see, this here, it's extremely filthy. This dog here doesn't even have a clean source of water. It's just a bucket, so you don't even really know what's in the bucket. He doesn't really have anywhere safe to sleep, and he also looks like he's extremely exposed to the outside elements, so he doesn't really have a source of shelter. So I hope you consider this speech the next time you're looking for a 4-legged best friend. and you remember to shop before you adopt. Thank you for listening to my speech. I hope you enjoyed.